Mat Pack Wrestling, the charity that sponsored this event, for stepping up big and donating to a great cause. So we are down to 2 tables left, and the top 7 places will pay out tonight with a first prize of $3,650. So certainly a nice little prize pool for all these players here. 7th place will be getting $850, and all the way up once again, first place winning $3,560. On the table, obviously we have our person in first position, Patrick Wingard. Still has a starting chip stack of 75,000. He's our man from North Dakota. In seat 2, we're going to see Nancy Barth with a starting chip stack of 146,000. Nancy is out of Mandan, North Dakota. In seat 3, we have Michael Woznicki out of Bismarck, North Dakota. His starting chip stack is 211,500. And then in seat 5, we have Jake Rederath coming all the way from Valley City, North Dakota. He is our chip leader at our feature table with 471,500 in chips. In seat 6, we have Josh Knight out of Bismarck, North Dakota with 227,500 in chips. In seat 7, Daryl Junt out of Mandan with 59,000, certainly our short stack here on our feature table. And in seat 8 is Patrick Hendrickson out of Bismarck. He's got a starting chip stack of 148,500. Let's take a look into the action.
I've got a small blind match, so I got 6 here and 9 there. No, the best of his next range. So it's minimum you go bigs? Okay. Sorry, that's not how they were playing over there. They're running small blind range. It's a preference, right? According to tournament? Small wide race, big wide race.
Have they started live streaming or not?
They started the recording.
As we deal into our second hand here, we see Jake with Jack suited. He's under the gun first to act. He raised to 16,000.
I'm white, okay? You are never white British? This shit ain't happening. There ain't no white British.
Patrick Wingard, Patrick forward, Nancy Cerny, potentially a raise.
I'm losing.
Exponentially larger than what's here.
We're going to have to
Totally
see
wasted.
find
It
out.
don't matter anymore.
And there we go. That's probably going to answer some of our questions. He's had a flush draw. King high flush draw, so he's probably going to be looking to bet. Try to get Nancy off something.
Good job.
River looks to be oh, and he did get that the nut flush there. Not much for Nancy to do.
He offered up bumblebees.
He offered the bumblebee. He didn't take it.
Kingston running.
I'm pretty sure you'd have
Just
taken it.
before the break, he took down a monster pot. All in.
There's like, there's a who cares? I'm gonna say, you know what? I had a straight flush right there before we floppy.
Oh yeah, Jake was very excited, wondering if he could touch up some of his foundation, maybe lead the cameras. Luckily, he's just a good-looking guy all around, so really nothing to worry about there. Franco looking at ace king. He's all in for about
Hey, shit, I
200,000.
can have it. We worked it.
And a couple quick folds from the rest of the field. This was a one-day tournament, so if you remember from last week at the windbreak, players are grinding out for 2 full days. So certainly maybe not so much fatigued or mentally run down. This is just another day at the office for a bunch of these seasoned poker players. Actions on Daryl with 10-6 offsuit. Probably wants nothing to do with that hand. Over to Patrick Hendrickson. A6, questionable, but yeah, he lays it down.
Nancy coming off that beat ace king.
Staring at a pocket pair. She folded pocket fives. And that's a strategy I have not known because I'm not a seasoned veteran in poker, but laying down a low pocket pair or folding a small pocket pair pre-flop. Oh, no, she's in there. I thought the graphics said she went away. She's sticking around, of course. Josh
The
picking
small
up.
pocket pairs can be the death of you, Brian, in all honesty.
Really?
Yeah. Oftentimes, you either want to play them fast or just be done with them right out of the gate, but Nancy here is taking her chances, and
Little
playing
does
this
she know.
flop. You know, Josh's got bottom pair. If she can find the strength to continue this, she's got a good chance to take down this pot.
Well, and certainly Nancy couldn't put Josh on 6-3 offsuit as the hand that he came in on the flop
but
with.
she's got a clue. Josh checks the turn, and now Nancy's showing weakness. Josh has got to figure he's probably ahead here. Might put Nancy on ace-king again. Or maybe not ace-king. She flipped in, but put her on nothing. It's going to be really hard for her to do anything but get away.
She folds it. Which in the long run, probably a smart play. Low pocket pair, and you got 2 overs on the board. You wouldn't suspect someone to come in on the flop with 6-3 offsuit. So probably a smart play in the long run. I think that would average out to be, a win. At least not at risk to lose a bunch of chips.
Easy game for Josh.
All right, looking at some garbage hands, but potentially some action here with Jake on ace-7 offsuit and Josh with ace-10 suited.
Huh? There's your chip leader. Putting chips in the pot.
Certainly as the kind of commanding chip leader at this table, he has some room to kind of toss some chips around and throw his weight and kind of show people, I'm the boss around here. They both hit an ace on the flop.
This could be interesting.
Josh bets 20,000.
Question is, what's Jake going to do here? He's feeling good. He's looking good. There's no reason not to bet here. He's got top pair. The third spade comes on the board now. It's got to give Josh a little pause. Is he good? If you have ace-10 here, how do you feel right now?
And another spade. Now Josh has to, well, both of them probably have to take a little bit of pause. Wonder who has a spade.
What's Josh going to do here? What do you... It's really hard to do this unless you feel
Josh went all in. And Jake called. Jake's going to be giving some chips away here to Josh. We won't say he loves it. He's definitely a little bit upset about it, but...
Wow, what a big hand.
We have quite a ruckus crowd here tonight looking on at the feature table, cheering our competitors on, and sounds like some cheerleaders for Jake. Yeah, maybe a little bit of Josh too. Jake coming all the way from Valley, maybe he brought a crew with him.
Boy, it's a strong bet on the river there. And an even tougher call. We got a chop pot and move on.
Once again, we're down to 2 tables. Our top 7 will get paid out, and so we're looking for some players to get knocked out, and yeah, they're searching for what? How much again? Is it $3,650? $3,650. It's nothing
bad for a nice Sunday afternoon.
Michael looking down at a pair of pocket 5s. Raises to 16,000. Jake goes all in with ace 10 offsuit. Just over $500,000. If I was Michael, I don't know if I would want to risk all my chips here for just a middle to low pocket pair. There's Jake tossing his weight around again. He's maybe feeling a little upset about the last hand. He got chopped the pot, but he's certainly looking to take down Josh there.
Very active.
Once again, this is the Ante Up tournament at Crossroads Tavern in Bismarck, North Dakota. Thank you all for tuning in. We are on feature table action. We're down to 2 tables.
And a big thank you to everyone coming out today, this Sunday. A rare opportunity to come play a DPT event in Bismarck.
Yeah, it's the first time we've been in Bismarck.
Yep, as the all-new DPT anyway.
Very exciting.
Great location, great food, Crossroads Tavern. Check it out. If you, it's on the north side of Bismarck. If you haven't come out, it's a hopping place. We were out here on Saturday night, setting up the feature table. The place was packed.
Wall to wall. Young and old people, all sorts of folks coming out to enjoy the venue here. Certainly, if I lived in Bismarck, this would be one of the top hangout spots for me.
A little bit of everything here they offer. They were tossing bean bags and
mini ping pong,
shooting pool.
Got a little bowling game in the corner.
Yeah.
3 pool tables. Patrick, no stranger to the poker scene. It's a flush draw. That's 21,000. Looks like Patrick folds. You know, kind of the same story as last week when we had our feature table and final table. Usually players tend to tighten up around this time. No one wants to get knocked out before the payouts, or certainly not the bubble boy, but we see chips firing away right now. These players are gunning for getting a commanding chip stack going into the final table. Josh raises with king 5 suited to 12,000. It's up to Daryl to call. He folds his queen jack. Patrick folds. Had to take a second there. I thought seat 1 was Patrick, but we have 2 Patricks at the table. Nancy just, yeah, she decides she wants to tango. Check from Nancy, check from Josh. We'll see a turn.
Nancy picked up a nice turn card there from open-ended straight draw on the river brings.
It's like a check, and it was a 6 of hearts, and Josh picks up the pot there.
No question, Nancy could have placed a bet on the turn there and might have taken down that pot with an open-ended straight draw. But she's playing her game, and she's still alive, and I'm not.
Hey, she's made it all day. It's gotta be for something, you know. Got some good players here. All right, looking at Jake with ace 6 suited hearts. He calls the blinds. We're going to fold. Nancy wants a little slice at the action, maybe hoping for a cheap flop. And that flop is ace 9 king. 2 kings picked up in a flush draw for Jake. The nut flush draw. A 2 pair for Michael. I just noticed that.
Is Michael going to raise here? What's he going to do? He's going to go into the tank a little bit. Stacks up some chips. Yep. He's going to test Nancy.
And certainly Jake too.
Oh, Jake's loving this flush draw right now. I'm surprised he didn't raise. Or did he?
He did. Oh, he called
All of a sudden,
36,000.
Nancy's king deuce looks questionable, and she lets it go.
Yeah, maybe a safe play, but she's the one of the short stacks at the table. It's about time to start making that move to double up your chip stack. Otherwise, you're just going to get blinded out, and you won't be able to double up very much. We have an all-in by Michael with his 2 pair. Jake, does he want to risk it all on the flush draw? No, he folds. So nice little pot for Michael. Gives him a little bit more life in this tournament.
Nice hand for Michael there. He's steady Eddie, just...
Yeah, and here's our cumulative winnings. Nancy, the big loser at this table, losing 105K thus far.
Yeah, she's really she's run into some pretty substantial hands. Just bad timing.
Here we're looking at Daryl with some...
Look at this. We're going to have some fireworks, folks.
Feel a potential volcanic eruption happening. Patrick needing to go all in. No better time than with ace king. Little does he know.
Talk about bad timing.
Walking into a couple of rockets.
Daryl wakes up to pocket aces. And here we go.
Gonna need to see some kings and 3 undercards. Not what he wants to see.
Just like that. Good day for Patrick Henderson. He drew the feature table and stayed there all day. Ends up busting out.
I think he has some more minutes of fame to cash in on. I think that was about 10 minutes, so he's got 5 minutes left in his life to get that full 15 minutes of fame. Once again, we are out at Crossroads Tavern in Bismarck at the Ante Up Tournament, a benefit tournament for the family of Chris Keller. Maybe we can talk to Craig for a second, and he can kind of give us the lowdown on the importance of Chris Keller to the DPT and the Bismarck community. So, Craig, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today?
Good. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing excellent. So, yeah, tell us a little bit more about the tournament today.
So the tournament today is in honor of Chris Keller. He's been a figure in the poker world here in Bismarck for a long time. He dealt blackjack for a number of years for Matt Pack Wrestling, who is a charity, of course, here at Crossroads Tavern. So in honor of his family, we came out today to donate some money and stuff for him. He passed away from cancer in late November after a short fight. So
certainly tragic, but really a cool thing that the Bismarck community is doing here in Mandan community to come out and support a friend, a family member, someone who's really cherished by the community and will certainly be remembered for a long time to come.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had a great turnout today. It was awesome to see his family here for a little while, both Logan and Brenda. So.
And here we go back. Patrick looking at some King 8 offsuit.
He seems pretty excited at that King 8 offsuit.
I dealt earlier today, and he was at my table. He's definitely a character. Just as a dealer, I was even a little intimidated by him, thinking in the players' minds that would, they might be as well.
Yeah, you should be. Patrick Wincard has also been a figure on the poker scene for a long time. Heard his name many times, so.
Sounds like our blinds are going up shortly.
You guys need anything? Take a trip to the bar. I'll be drinking whiskey. Coke, right? Yeah. Carry on.
Right over there in the big line, sir.
Where I want to be.
Thank you.
Oh, Jake, coming into kind of a monster here.
Yeah.
Jack 7 2-pair.
He doesn't know he's coming into a flush draw.
Well, we'll see. That's why he's kind of betting a little big, raises to 106,000. We're not sure what Josh has in his pocket cards or hole cards, but it's definitely giving him some pause for concern, and maybe this pot's just a little bit too rich for him, or the bet is. Craig, you played a little bit earlier today.
I did. I did play a little bit earlier. So.
You were a little river rascal.
On a couple of hands, yes. I kind of snuck a couple in on the river. So.
A couple hands. Oh, my gosh. Well, while I was dealing today, I had run into a number of river situations that were just devastating. I saw Brandon Dosh, who is no stranger to the Dakota Poker Tour scene. He was out fairly early. He got rivered. I think he did run into, at one point he ran into aces to dwindle him down to a small chip stack, and then he got rivered to get knocked out of the tournament. So hopefully we'll see Brandon at our next tournament next week in Dickinson at Fat Fish. That's going to be an exciting one.
Nope. Correction.
No.
Next week is Jamestown.
Oh,
the Buff Bar.
My apologies. We're going to the Buff Bar, baby, out in Jamestown. also will be exciting. But after that, we will be going to Dickinson to the Fat Fish Brewery. I'm certainly excited for that tournament.
Yes.
Super cool venue.
On
Great
Sunday
beer.
or Saturday. No, Sunday, April 18th.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, we had a good turnout last year at Buff Bar.
Yeah. We had to scramble to put up some extra tables. So if we match that number or even better, we're going to be struggling to find room for some tables. But that just speaks towards the excitement of Dakota Poker Tour players, in the Jamestown, Valley City, Bismarck. It's kind of a nice central location for a bunch of our players to come out and enjoy another tournament.
Yeah, easy drive from Fargo and Bismarck. It looks like we lost another player.
We did. We missed it. So much for color commentary.
Little too much color, not enough commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Josh Knight, I believe, exited with us.
Not sure how many players we have right now, but I'm guessing we have about 13 or 14 players left. So we'll be looking at breaking for our final table shortly. Here an all-in at the other table, I believe. Oh my, Jake hasn't even had time to stack his chips.
No.
He has all the time to put on some extra makeup to look a little prettier for the cameras, but can't put some extra time into stacking some of his chips. Looks like we're going to potentially be coloring him up a little bit.
I see Dana there, our poker director.
World Series of Poker bracelet winner. Fun fact. Certainly once again want to thank our venue host, Crossroads Tavern. Service has been excellent today. Food is also very delicious. I had the Philly cheesesteak special, but what I ate for dinner doesn't really matter. We're getting back to the action. Just getting a chip count quick on our new player in seat 8.
And here we go. Another low pocket pair for Patrick Wingard.
Yeah, we'll see if he wants to get in and see some trips. Hopefully flop some trips. I certainly saw him get in on some hands hoping for those trip draws, and I believe he hit one earlier today and knocked someone out. So Patrick with those pocket fours. Oh, we're going back to Steve. Berger, new player at the table with ace-jack suited. He is going to call the 21,000 raise. Patrick is
Also.
Patrick calls. Nancy folds. And our flop comes 4 deuce 9 rainbow.
That is going to help out Patrick.
He had pocket fours, didn't he?
Yes, he
Just
did.
like we were saying, he just flopped a set.
Yep. He is loving this right now.
So Steve and Jake with nothing really.
Ooh. Possible flush draw on the board.
Patrick betting there and everyone folding to him.
I think Patrick played that well, though.
Yeah,
With that flush draw on the board, he needed a bet high.
best he could. I don't see anything wrong with that play. Although I'm a very amateur poker player, I do enjoy watching the game and learning. And hey, maybe some of you guys are learning too at home. Definitely have a little bit of a loud crowd in the background, but that's all right. We're just having fun out here.
Always a raucous crowd out here at Crossroads Tavern.
I'd like to thank some of our sponsors tonight. Randy's Diner in Fargo and Posh Hair Salon. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. They help us to get some new tables and upgrade some of our equipment. Just great partners overall, too. So thank you guys very much.
That was a quick hand. Jake just kind of throwing his weight around again.
Yeah, and you have that that ability to do that with such a monster stack compared to the rest of the table. Maybe he can afford to double someone up, but man, he definitely does not want to. He wants to keep this chip lead throughout the entire tournament, looking to take home that top prize of about $3,600.
Patrick Wingard with pocket fours again.
No way he flops another set.
Not with Woznicki's.
Yep, another 4 dead, so to flop that set would be, in Craig's words, astronomical, but really not so much. Steve looking down at 9-8 suited. Doesn't hit anything on the board, but
That's big enough to scare Patrick off.
yeah, Patrick wants nothing to do with that, with just the very under pair. There we see our chip count. Jake with 930,000 and Nancy with our short stack of about 40,000. It's going to be about time she makes that move to go all in. And when you're such a short stack compared to everyone else, sometimes you just can't wait for kind of a prime hand.
Oh.
It's time to just go for it.
But she got her prime hand. I am thinking she's going to pull the trigger now.
This is the moment. It's time for Nancy to go all in, try to double up and keep her tournament life going, I guess.
Everybody folds to Nancy. So she just gets to take a small pot.
Probably just the blinds, but yeah, that definitely sucks.
That was a good opportunity for her.
Yeah. But that's all right. She can breathe a little bit more, maybe survive another round at the table of blinds. Mike looking down at ace 4 off. Gonna promptly fold. Expect Jake to do the same, but I'm not Jake, so I don't know what he's really thinking. He fires away and bets up to
Steve with pocket nines. I don't think he's going to let that go.
at 25,000. Looks like Daryl did fold, and Steve will call with those pocket nines. Steve's going to give a little pause with that ace on the board. Maybe think about it more, but he's going to test Jake, but Jake just throwing his weight around.
Jake is coming in with an open-ended straight draw, too.
Ah, yes, very good point. And Steve moves all in. Jake has nothing but that straight draw.
This is... he didn't take too long to think about
Flips
that.
him up, folds, and nice hand, Steve, he says, and doesn't really want to double him up. See our cumulative winnings. Nancy down 90K. She did win a little bit back since last time. But Jake, once again, just absolutely commanding chip lead here on our feature table at the Ante Up tournament at Crossroads Tavern.
Yes, he is currently just kind of dominating the field right now.
You know, when I play a game of poker, I want to be the one that tosses their weight around and has the big chip stack, but you need that big chip stack first. And here, Jake looks down at pocket aces. Jake says, I want to go to the moon.
He came in with a small raise.
Unfortunately.
Enough to make everybody get out of the pot.
Yeah, unfortunately, no one else had anything worth seeing a flop on, so aces don't get paid off, but I've seen them be cracked a couple times today.
Yeah, I cracked a pair earlier.
Yeah, it's...
I felt kind of bad about it, though.
Yeah, that's why you don't play so much poker. You have remorse. You're just a good person, Craig. Every time I look at pocket aces, it's just, oh, how are these going to get cracked? That's what goes through my mind.
Ace-king is always the one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I almost prefer ace-king over aces for some reason.
Ace-king never turns out good for me.
Oh, no?
It just feels too good, and it never ends well.
Patrick looking down at king 4 suited. He's going to want a little piece of this action. Calls the 20,000 raise, and we're going to see a flop.
Looking for some diamonds.
Deuce 7-5, and I think we're missing that turn card.
No help to anybody right now. Looks like we might be looking at a chop pot.
getting those cards read out there. James, our dealer, communicating back to our control booth, just making sure we get the right cards up there. Nothing happened, so nothing to worry about. You didn't miss much of anything. There we are, Michael, with some rockets. Fortunately, I don't think that he's going to see much action on those, as everyone else has some pretty garbage hands, as they might say in the East Coast. Absolute garbage.
Depends on how Michael plays it. Might just limp in. Oh, Steve with a raise to 22K.
Wow. Yeah, suited connectors.
Michael's easily going to call this.
Michael's licking his chops. He's ready to do something big here.
Hopefully his luck is better with aces than yours.
Well, I haven't played for a while. Hate to admit it, but I just watch poker. I don't play it because I know I'd lose money. I'm basically a donation to my friends that I used to play with back in the day. Flop comes Queen 6-3.
No help to Steve.
He's going to need runner to make anything of this hand. It's time for Michael to push all in. And Steve promptly folds. Picks up a couple yellow chips. Yellow chips are good. Those are 25K. Those blue chips are 5K, and the gray chips are 1,000. Once again, these players are gunning for $3,650 first place prize.
Paying out 7 places, I believe, today.
Yeah.
This looks like another case for Nancy to try.
Yeah. Can't get much better than King Queen.
Especially when she is so short stacked at this point.
Kind of back against the wall, and she's looking for a
Does
dogfight.
go all in.
Michael with Jack.
lays it down.
Yeah, Jack 9. Just ponder for a second, and not today. So again, this is our feature table, and I'd like to welcome all those joining us on YouTube or Facebook. If you are joining us, well, on either one, doesn't really matter. But make sure to like and subscribe us over on the YouTube channel to get all the updates on our upcoming events and some recaps of our current tournaments. And, of course, all of our live streams. Going over to Patrick with King, Queen offsuit. Nancy's staring down at a couple mystery cards, but they ain't good, so we're going to fold them, she says.
Patrick with a raise to 21K.
Ah, of course.
Michael folds.
Jake says,
Jake's going to try his hand at this.
I can pay to play that way. And he does flop top pair. 2 undercards there with the 4 and 2, but so Jake is definitely in the lead here. Patrick firing away, trying to rep a strong hand and keep that story going. Jake goes all in, which would be more than Patrick's chip stack, and Patrick promptly folds. Jake just being a little greedy here. Share the love, you know. He's taking all the love and putting it right in front of him in his monster chip stack. 308,000 in chips.
I believe that was just what he's up so far.
It's incredible.
It certainly looks like he's easily staying around.
Yeah, I mean he could coast his way through to the final table at this point, where everyone else has 25% of his chip stack.
Jake going all in.
Making it pretty easy to fold for everyone else.
It's in a good position to play that move.
It seems like we're going to need a bigger table with all the chips he's accumulating right now. I don't know how many more pyramids he could make.
Somebody should color him up, maybe.
Yeah. He needs some more yellow chips. Just like that, Jake picks up ace-king offsuit. Action heads over to Michael, though, first in the hijack position. Folds that 10-7. Over to Jake. He says
Jake
all
with another
in.
all in again.
He doesn't care. If you want to tango with Jake, you will risk your tournament life.
Yeah, he is. He's just bullying right now. And that's okay.
He can do that. Even if he doubled someone up, it would barely put a dent in his chip stack.
He's been catching the cards to have that opportunity as well.
Yeah. Hot running. Let's see if he can keep catching those cards when it really matters, when we get to that final table and getting down to the last few players. That's when it really matters that you catch those cards, especially knowing Jake could just coast to a final table appearance right here. But we are two-handed left, or two tables left, rather. Looks like we will be coloring up Jake's behemoth of a chip stack.
Jake folds his jack-7 off.
Steve will fold. Patrick looking down at queen 6 off. Says, I'll dance. Nancy.
Nancy's just going to get out of this one, I think.
No, maybe. No, he just called the big blind, so.
So she checks.
Yep.
Hoping for a monster flop here for her.
Patrick catches top pair. Fire away at 15K, and Nancy will fold. Our blind level is 4,000, 8,000 with an 8,000 big blind ante. So if you are the small stack at the table, it costs you big to just be in the hand or to keep playing. 16,000 just like that out of your hand as the big blind. Certainly does put a big dent, especially if Jake starts throwing his weight around again and steals those blinds. He could whittle you down just like that.
Jake currently coming in at nearly $1 million in chips.
Goodness gracious.
Nancy holding on with about 55, I believe. Everybody else is kind of right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Patrick firing away at
Nancy's going to dump that.
8,000.
I see a little action here.
There we go. We'll see a flop. Flop comes King, Jack, Jack, Rainbow. Patrick with the advantage of being able to go first, fires away, and he wins the pot as Michael didn't catch anything. Once again, these players are gunning for a first place prize of $3,650. Certainly nothing to scoff at, or yeah, that pays if you drove out here from Fargo, Valley City, Jamestown, wherever, pays for gas. And if you stayed last night in a hotel, pays for that, and then maybe some little vacation money.
It's not bad for a nice, relaxing Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, very relaxing. It has been a fairly relaxing afternoon.
We might see some good action on this one. Got a couple of good hands coming up here.
Darryl calls that
Ace
8,000
suited going to Michael.
Steve raising to 20K and off to Michael, yes, with ace queen suited of hearts. Our blinds will be going up after this.
Michael's going to call this. Jake's out.
Yeah, I might certainly like to see Michael raise a little bit here. Just with the ace queen suited, that's a pretty strong hand pre-flop. And maybe he wants to see some action, try to suck some more chips out of the players. But if the other players are looking to, be in on this pot, maybe they should pay to play.
Yes. He doesn't give him anything on the flop to really help him out, though.
Steve fires away at those pocket fours with 40,000. Darryl folds as well. We'll take that down. Blinds are going up to 6K, 12K with a big blind ante of 12K. So 24,000 now. You got to pony up if you're in the big blind. That's taking chunks out of some of our smaller chip stacks.
Yes, absolutely. At this point, as it gets around to Nancy being the
smallest
low
chip
end,
stack.
smallest chip stack on our feature table right now. She's got about one round left in her if she can't double up.
Steve looking down at a pair of deuces, and
this might be her opportunity again.
That's where I never thought, until I started watching some more poker, that people fold low pocket pairs. I always thought that was an advantage, but if you're facing an ace queen or ace jack or something like that, you are significantly disadvantaged at that point. Nancy goes all in with her queen jack suited, and Darryl will call.
Instantly calls her.
See a flop here. Queen, or not queen, 9-8-6 suited of clubs, and Darryl hits the club on the turn. River doesn't matter.
Draw.
Yeah. River doesn't matter. Nancy is eliminated.
It's a good day for Nancy.
Yeah.
She hung in there for a while. She had to make a move. That was a good hand to try to make a move.
Yeah, it was time, and it seems like I think we're down to 3 or 4 empty chairs at the table.
I think we could be coming down to our final 9.
It's upon us.
Jake doesn't seem too worried at this point.
No, he can cruise into the final table, no worries, but the way he's been playing, he wants it all right now. He's gonna start still shoving his weight around. Patrick looking down at King Jack suited. Looks like he raises to 35,000. Mike and Jake fold. Darryl will fold. Steve folds as well, and Patrick takes down basically just the blinds.
Picks up the blinds. Going back to that last hand, that the lower pocket pairs, generally, you're going to see those picked up if you're on the big blind or the small blind. If they can limp in a little bit and maybe see what that flop's going to bring.
Yeah, or perhaps if you're just bored, you haven't seen many hands, you'll see what happens on the flop. And as we're saying that, we look down at a couple decent hands. Steve with those pocket queens.
We could see some pre-flop action on this one.
Oh, we're talking about Jake here. I'm surprised he didn't go all in. Jake says, you want to play? Fitty. Fitty thou. Steve ain't going anywhere.
I think this is an easy call for Steve.
Steve shoving, absolutely. This is the time to do it. Unfortunately, he's running into Jake with 2 overs, so he catches a single ace or king in the community cards, and that's it for Steve, and Jake continues to just add to this chip lead. This is who you want to double up from, but it's not who you want to lose to. 5 king
Catches the
5.
king.
Steve is in disbelief. Needs one
only
queen
2
left
outs.
on the deck. And it's not a queen. Steve is eliminated. Oh my gosh.
And that pushes Jake over $1 million in chips right now. I think he could be looking at around $1 million too.
I'm sick to my stomach for Steve. That's gross. Be waiting till next week for Jake to stack up all these chips.
Speaking of next week, we're at the Buff Bar in Jamestown.
Oh, yeah. For the Buffalo City Showdown.
Come on out and see the new Dakota Poker Tour.
We'll be live streaming out there. Joining us on the table now. Oh, missed his graphic. We have a new player on the table. He's from Fort Yates.
Mr. Black Cloud. Don't remember his first name, though. Talked with him earlier today.
We'll see it very shortly. Michael looking down at 9 deuce offsuit. Maybe he's going to make a big play here, but perhaps not. He's just going to call. We are hand for hand right now, meaning we are near, very close. We're peeking over the edge of a final table. So a lot of exciting things happening here at Crossroads Tavern at our Ante Up tournament. Jake will be looking down at 9 deuce right now. And he's going to fold. Daryl with ace 5 offsuit, and it's about that time to start making some plays to try to win little bit more before we get to that final table. Jared Howard, there he is. That's our new player to the table.
Nope, Jared's. Oh, yes, Jared is new as well. Yeah, we're still looking for Mr. Black Cloud. He has not popped up yet. Yep, he is right there. Seat 4, I believe.
And looking down, Jared with a 6-5 off, and Daryl Junt, ace 5, and we just kind of checking around, kind of feeling each other out, joining a new player at the table, and just gonna kind of check down and see what hands they're playing, and kind of get a feel for their play style maybe right off the bat.
You got to feel sorry for Mr. Black Cloud sitting right next to Jake there. Any stack looks a little tiny compared
Yeah,
to
you
his
come
monster
here-
one right now. 1.2 million for Jake currently.
My God. Next highest is just under 300K. Looks like we're coloring him up a little bit more. Jake adds to those yellow stacks. Once again, those are 25K.
Daryl's gonna call this.
And Daryl might even. He's gonna come into the hand as cheap as he can. Patrick folding king 8 off. Michael looking down at 9-6, promptly folding, and Jared folding as well. Jake 7-5 suited, and I think he just checked the big blind position.
And he hits a queen on the turn. He's gonna bet that.
But Jake has 7 outs with those 7-5 offsuit to hit the flush. Let's see if he hits it here. Nine of hearts, so certainly
No
nothing
luck.
for Jake.
And Daryl doubles up. Getting right down to the wire. Nobody wants to be the last person knocked out before that final table.
Bubble Boy is the worst boy.
Yes, that is for sure. Bubble is position 8 today. Hanging out 7 places.
So we'll see a final table, and then we'll see the bubble on that final table. But we are hand for hand. Blinds are at 6K, 12K with an ante of 12K. So short stacks are looking to make some moves right now. Michael looking down at ace-2 suited. Diamonds. Decides not good enough for right now. He's got a couple yellow chips, so he wants to stick around for a little while longer. Jake looking down at 9-8. He'll dance. Jake calls. I believe just the blinds. Oh, he raised to 24K.
Daryl calls.
Daryl called. Okay, 6-5-3. Rainbow.
No help to either of them.
Jake picks up a gutter. And Jake bets and folds. There's always a little bit of a learning curve for the new players at our feature table where to set their cards to make sure that the RFID does read the cards. So you at home, or maybe you're wherever you are. Maybe you're sitting at a bar watching poker.
Could just be hanging out in your car.
Yeah, but don't drive and watch YouTube or Facebook Live. We do not encourage that. So we'll start action on Michael in the 3 seat. 8-4 off, certainly shall fold. Jared looking down at ace-6 offsuit. maybe has some wiggle room to coast a little bit, but I dealt for Jared a little bit earlier today, and he's a little bit of an aggressive player. So he'll be looking to pick up some chips before we get down to that final table. Daryl looks like he's just going to call the big blind and Patrick.
He's hoping Patrick doesn't
With the
raise
option.
here, but Patrick is definitely looking like he wants to.
He's like, nah. You want to play with me? You pay.
Patrick is short stacked right there, so he's hoping to just catch a few.
Yeah. Certainly like to thank all the dealers that came out today, both from the Bismarck area and came out from Fargo to make sure this tournament was a success and we could make sure we fill all the tables that were filled. Looking at a flop of Queen 9-2, two spades.
And Daryl instantly folds. He's out.
Nah, Dad, 10-7 offsuit. He just wanted to see if he could catch something. Again, if you are just joining us from YouTube or Facebook, we are at Crossroads Tavern in Bismarck, North Dakota for the Ante Up tournament. It's a benefit tournament for the family of Chris Keller.
Yes, once again, thank you to everybody who came out today to help support both Matt Pack Wrestling and the family of Chris. I believe we had a little over 60 entries into today's field.
Yeah, good little turnout for a Sunday tournament. First time here in Bismarck with the all-new DPT. So, looking to expand, and once again next weekend we'll be out at Jamestown at the Buff Bar for the Buffalo City Showdown, and then, was it April 18th?
Yes.
April 18th will be
Sunday, April 18th.
Being
Fat Fish Brewery.
Yeah, Dickinson. I always scoop up like 6 beers when I'm there. Can't not.
Well, yeah, back to that running joke. It's the blonde
And
or the brunette.
Why choose when you can buy it all?
Yeah, why choose when you can have both?
Just strictly talking about beer. However, prior to Fat Fish, on April 10th, that is a Saturday, we will be in Tioga.
At
All the way
Poor
up to Tioga.
Decisions.
Poor Decisions. P-O-U-R. Little punny. A little
punny.
Yeah.
Hopefully our poker players won't make poor decisions.
Oh. And if they do, they will bust. Just like the prior 40 or so entrants into this tournament.
Mr. Black Cloud showing his ace there.
Was that a
I think it's
misdeal, or
right.
was it just... It was it was a misdeal. I think there's a draft coming in here that blew up the card and made it flip over or something.
We are still hand for hand. I believe we just need one more out, and we will be on the final table.
Patrick looking down at Queen 8. Caught a little bit of the flop. But middle pair, so maybe some pause for concern to see if anyone has a king. But he did bet 35K just to maybe see if anyone else did catch that king, and table folds to him. I suppose there's color commentary and then just colorful words that you might be able to hear in the background from those pesky E-Tab players.
They are loving their extended plays today.
Some not so much, as you might have heard earlier, but hey, if it was called winning, or if you just won when you gambled, it'd be called winning.
Yes.
That's why you call it gambling, just like what we're doing here on our feature table in Crossroads Tavern at the Ante Up tournament.
They're calling with his pocket 8s.
Jack Deuce suited.
And
He'll
calls.
say, let's see a flop. I think I heard him say that. He said, hey, dealer, let's see a flop. Jared picking up an open ender on the flop. Although Daryl's pocket pair is still good. Bets 24K, and
That's enough to
Daryl
get Daryl
says-
out.
all right, you win.
3 overcards on the board. It's hard to make that call.
Yeah. We see our chip count. Jake obviously still in the massive chip lead, and Jared Howard in last place with 98K. And everyone kind of, right? I wouldn't even say in the middle. They are in the middle.
They are in the middle.
Technically.
Although we don't know who's sitting over on table 2 and where they're at right
Yeah, Jake is he's off the charts right now. You know, a bell curve, Jake is in the top 99th percentile.
now. I hate those bell curves.
Oh, man. They're so perfect sometimes. Bell-shaped. We are still hand for hand.
Still looking for that last out.
Jake says, we taken this baby home. Back to Valley City. He's going to bring home the big trophy, and I think they're prepping the parade floats, perhaps, back in Valley.
Quite possibly at this point. I think we're going to see some pre-flop action here between Michael and Daryl.
Yeah, if there's anything I've learned, though, is those chickens, you can't count them before they hatch. So hopefully Jake didn't kind of
Nope, Jake's out on this one.
dug his own grave there. We'll just have to continue to watch live Crossroads Tavern or Ante Up tournament. Daryl fires away at
Call.
fires away with a call. Fires away.
Wants to see that flop. No help for either of them.
Daryl, you can see, though, has an 85% chance to win this with that ace, and the jack is the same card as Michael has in his hand. But Michael takes it down.
With a big raise.
Certainly, again, would like to thank the Crossroads Tavern staff for feeding all of our players during the breaks and being very prompt on the drink service. And anytime someone just wants a water, Coke, or beer, or some other kind of beverage, they're right there on it. So thank you to the Crossroads Tavern team.
Absolutely. Jake and his crew are phenomenal out here.
They've been great hosts. And Jake with King Jack offsuit, he's going to probably fire away. No, just calls. Perhaps the other players are... He knows no one else is going to play with him if he just keeps raising and throwing his weight around. So he'll kind of tickle them and allow them to see a flop.
And Jake pairs up his king. Nobody with diamonds.
Slams down
Well,
a
that
25K
could
bet. Yeah. That was authority.
And both of them are quickly out.
Jake continues to add to his chip stack. Goodness gracious. Michael closest in chip stack to him with a fifth of Jake's chip stack.
It is a pretty commanding lead at this point for Jake. 65%?
He might be able to go home, take a nap, and still not even put a dent in his chip stack.
At this point, he probably could check out, have some food, come back, and easily make it into the top 5.
Yeah. Jared looking down at ace-6 offsuit. See if he wants to play that. Nah.
He's going to fold that. Jake's going to come in with a hefty bet here again.
No.
No?
Hefty
Limps
call. Hefty call with 6-5 suited connectors. Patrick
He's
pondering.
really thinking about this one.
Patrick pondering.
He's on the small
a call.
blind, so he's going to limp in and hope for that there isn't a big raise out of Wozniacki.
A little bit of friendly play. Jake not one to be friends with those at the table, as we've seen prior to this.
Oh my gosh, and Jake's luck just continues to hold out.
Wow.
But Patrick,
Can try to represent something here.
if we have another...
What's Jake do? Is he gonna go easy? Yeah.
Patrick bets 15. Michael goes all in. No, he folds. Psych. Jake goes all in. Patrick must call this and hope. He doesn't know, but he can hope for a club on the
We
turn
need a
of the river.
higher end club.
Certainly a...
And he folds.
Yeah.
He wants out of that one.
Respect the ponder there.
Yeah.
Is it the time? Is it not? But all he's hoping for there is a flush draw. And that's not enough for him to risk his tournament life.
No, everybody's tightening up a little bit right now, especially as we're hand for hand. Looking to get onto that final table. Bubble in 8th position.
Everyone here has used up and gone past their 15 minutes of fame. So maybe they can... But they want to hog it all, you know?
No, Jake wants to hog it all.
Jake wants to, yeah. Look at that man with the big chip stack. Jake coming all the way from Valley City today. Says hour and a half or 2 hour drive.
He's all smiles right now.
That's chump change when you're going to go and be the chip lead in a poker tournament, potentially winning $3,650 for the first place prize.
I seem to be pondering that last hand a bit.
Pondering out loud. Make no mistake about it. Still hand for hand. I think that's what the pause is right now. And the handshakes around the table leads me to
betcha.
believe we are final
We
tabling.
are final table.
We'll see what other chip stacks are coming to the table. I almost certainly believe that no one else is near Jake. We're going to redraw for seats as well.
Little break in the action here
Yeah.
for a couple of moments.
We very well may be taking a break here for...
Good time to thank our sponsors.
Yeah. Go ahead and thank him, Craig.
Just a little shout out for our sponsors to help make all this happen. We've got Randy's Diner over there in Fargo, Posh Hair Saloon,
And Mad Pack Wrestling
and
for
Mad Pack
hosting.
Wrestling, our host today. right out here today at Crossroads Tavern here in Bismarck, North Dakota with our new Dakota Poker Tour.
We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back for our final table action. Stay tuned. Oh, baby, we're back. We are back at the Crossroads Tavern Ante-Up tournament with final table action. On seat 1, you're going to see Jared Howard out of Fort Yates. He's got a starting chip stack on this table of 9,800. We have Fargo native Michelle Meza with 4,800, just barely scraping in there. Then we have Daryl Junt with 174,000 out of Mandan, North Dakota. Michael Woznicki in the 4th seat out of Bismarck with 236,000. Up next, we have Jake Rederath out of Valley City with 1.074 in chips.
$1 million.
Yes. And then in seat 6, we have Mike Goldaddy out of Bismarck with 212,000. In seat 7, we have Brad Magnus out of Bismarck with exactly 100K. Then we have Tim Rice, who won this seat on Wednesday night in our free poker network with the free buy-in. He won that, to get a free buy-in to this tournament.
Right down at the Bismarck AmVets. Come down every Tuesday and Wednesday night. Play
Yes.
through the free poker network.
Yes, his starting chip stack is 360,000. And then rounding off the table in our 9th position is Patrick Wingard, who was originally in our 1st position with 245,000. So we're starting off here. Did Michelle get kicked out?
All in.
Did she get kicked out? Did it happen that quick? No,
Not
she
quite
did not.
She went all in, and looks like everybody folded it.
They all folded. Okay, my apologies. I was reading all the names.
I had to announce everybody.
Once again, welcome back, everybody, to the Ante-Up tournament here at Crossroads Tavern in Bismarck with final table action.
Yes, this tournament does benefit an incredible man. Craig, you can probably speak about him pretty well.
Absolutely. So this tournament today is a benefit for the family of Chris Keller. He absolutely loved poker, has been a staple in the poker scene for a number of years. He was a blackjack dealer at several of the sites for Matt Pack Wrestling and knew the whole crew out there with Jer and Matt Pack for a long time. He ended up with cancer. He was diagnosed back in late September, early October last year, and died after a short battle in the end of November. So the benefit today goes out to all of his family, and once again, thank you to everybody who came out today. We got a hell of a prize pool.
Yeah, certainly nothing can replace life of a loved one, but certainly a really awesome gesture by the Bismarck, Mandan, and greater area community to come out here and support a family that has been stricken with unfortunate circumstances.
An unfortunate, tragic loss, yes.
Yes. Daryl went all in with King Queens, and it looks like they folded to him. So we're going to go on to our... No, we're seeing a flop, folks. 10-5-6, nothing for Jake. Oh, he's doubling up.
Jake catches
oh
it
my
on the turn.
God.
He seems very
Jake.
excited. And Gerald, just like that, Gerald John is eliminated.
Oh my God.
That was quick. We are on the bubble, folks.
Jake certainly not shy about letting people know his emotions at the poker table. Oh my God.
And just like that, we're down to 8.
Just like that.
We
It's
are on the bubble.
bubble time.
It is bubble boy time.
Or bubble girl.
Or bubble girl.
Michelle Mesa, last lady standing today.
She needs to outlast one more person to cash.
She is our short stack, though.
Yeah, we're certainly looking for an all-in, but she's luckily the dealer's right to her left, so she has a little bit of time to catch a hand. But almost as soon as you kind of see an over card, a high card, it's time to go all in. Maybe even something like a suited connector would be great, but beggars can't be choosers when you're short stack. And it's time to let it ride, let it gamble, maybe catch some luck. She folds.
She doesn't have too long to wait at this point. She's just hoping for a decent pair to come in at. Yeah, everybody's folding to Jake at this point. Jake takes down the blinds.
think Jake's theme song right now is I'm Bossy. Is that by Khalees?
Yes, I believe so.
So if there was theme songs playing right now, it's I'm Bossy. All the boys and girl fold to me on the table, 'cause I'm the chip stack leader. Looks like they're just looking to pay the bubble, perhaps, it's kind of an unwritten rule of poker, as I've gathered over the time, that you kind of thank the person to go out with maybe 10, 20 bucks a person. Give them a little bit of like, hey, you made it so close. We'll throw you some bones, but we're all going to make far more than that. Seventh place tonight will be taking home $850. So that's pretty significant compared to what you might have bought in for, which was a max of $300. This was a $150 buy-in with a $150 add-on or rebuy option.
And we're definitely going to see some pre-flop action on this one. That was interesting. I have not seen that before.
Them ponying up a couple bucks for the bubble boy.
Yep.
Or girl.
Or girl. I am also new to the poker circuit. Been playing poker a long time, but never in a tournament setting.
It's different.
It is.
What was your experience like? Were you nervous sitting down at the table?
I was a little bit nervous at first, yeah. Especially because I came in late, so I was definitely short-stacked right off the bat. But I was able to double up a couple times, hung around a little bit.
Thank you for your donation, Craig.
Absolutely. Again, it goes to a great cause today.
Yeah,
So.
100%.
And a close friend.
Mike Goldaddy, Bragg Magnus, and Patrick Wingard are all in on this flop. Brad catches a piece of it.
The queen. He's going all in.
It's time to shove, he says.
Yeah. He wants to get as many people out of here as possible. Wingard catches a 9, but he has a smaller pair. So. And Patrick folds. Mike is deciding if he wants to call here.
Does have a gut shot straight draw. But is he willing to gamble an all-in
not.
call? No,
He
I
is
wouldn't
not.
either. I'd say,
Nobody wants to be bubble.
nah, I'll live to fight another day.
Yep.
You're not. The last thing the chips, everyone else but Jake wants is to double up or to take someone else out. You want to double up off of Jake if you want any chance of winning this tournament. So you can see there, once again, a fourth of the chip stack is the second highest chip stack in here. Michelle is going to be all in. She has less than one big blind.
Looks like we lost Howard. We lost Jared Howard somewhere along the way.
Oh,
So we...
perhaps we'll have to see a full circuit of the table real quick.
Yes, we've lost one on the final table. Right? You see the first one? 2?
I think so.
Guess we're down 2 people.
No, we're not. He is still
No,
there.
he's there. He's there.
there.
He's in position 1. Everybody, calm down.
Everybody breathe. Everybody's worried about that bubble. Nobody wants to be that guy.
Luckily, Jared's not listening in live. He might be yelling, I'm still here, and I ain't going anywhere. Not until my chip count is 0.
He might be going full 70s. I will survive.
He's pulling, I guess... summoning Gloria Gaynor to his side to whisper in his ear, you will survive. You will take this down, Jared. Of Fort Yates. again, we're at the final table here at the Ante Up tournament at the Crossroads Tavern in Bismarck. Thank you to the Crossroads Tavern Bart for hosting the tournament. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, make sure to like the Dakota Poker Tour Facebook or YouTube channel, and also subscribe for all the latest updates and promo videos.
And thank you to our charity, Map Pack Wrestling.
Oh yeah, big time. Stepping up in a huge way to help an incredible cause. Kind of help support the family of Chris Keller. Went through some hardship earlier this year.
We got folds all around here. Jake again just kind of bullying his way around. 1.3 million.
Jared folding 10-7, Michelle folding 7-4, kind of running out of time before it's time just to shove it all in.
Yeah.
Interesting here, we have 3 ace-10s.
You don't see that often.
But yes, Michelle definitely running out of time.
Jake,
That big blind is closing fast.
Jake shoving his weight around with 1.3 million. Of course, no one else has anywhere near that, which will make everyone promptly fold.
Yes.
We're going to move on soon to our next hand. Once again, first place will be taking home $3,650. We will have our bubble person, and then the 7th place prize will be $850. So
That's a nice prize for sure.
Michelle staring down at 7 deuce off. Probably says, nah, not what you want to go all in on or
No.
try to risk your tournament life on, but
She's going to hope to see a better one on her next one. She'll be big blind on the next round, so.
which will put her all in. So
Yes.
Our blinds currently, I believe, are 6K, 12K.
yeah,
With
no.
12K ante.
Patrick in 9th position raises to 36,000. Jared will
Jared's going to
fold.
fold on that.
Smart fold, Queen 9. Man, look at those shades. Those things are reflective.
Mirror-like.
Also, yet slightly transparent. Those are some interesting shades there. Maybe brings a little bit of character to the table. Patrick.
Mr. Brad Magnus.
Yeah.
Bismarck, North Dakota.
Patrick, Tim, and Jared, I believe, were all on the same table earlier tonight that I was dealing on. So they've already duked it out. They might know a little bit about what the other players about, and maybe not just from this tournament, but I'm sure, I almost guarantee they've all kind of played together at some point, and maybe for years.
Most
So-
definitely. We got a couple of...
Couple pocket pairs.
yeah, a couple of suited connectors. Michelle is all in at this point.
I don't think by any of her own wanting, but
No, she is all out of chips at this point. She is all in on the bubble.
yeah, as Bruce Buffer would
It
say,
does not look good for her at this point.
it's time. So Patrick Wingard is gonna maybe call or pondering a call with an ace jack offsuit.
Jared's going to come in with a big raise here, I think.
Yeah, he wants to isolate himself with just Michelle. He goes all
Michelle
in.
and Mike.
Yep, just like that. Wants to isolate any other hands just to make sure he gets basically takes out Michelle in 8th place.
And makes that money.
Solidifies.
Mike
yes.
has got a tough call here, though. 38,000 a call. He does eights.
Middle pocket pair, though. This is kind
It's
of
a
the
tough one.
same conversation as before. It to me, it might be just to lay down these pocket eights and just let it happen, because you don't want to have 2 people go out.
Yeah, it's a tough call at this point, though, because he's already invested in the pot, but he is going to lay him down.
Yeah, I think that's smart. He's thinking, okay, well, I could guarantee myself minimum, was it 750?
850, I believe you said
850.
earlier.
So that's a guaranteed profit
Ace,
on the
king.
weekend.
Jared's still looking good. Jared pairs the queens. He's got trips now. Only 1 out. 1 chance for Michelle. And she's done.
Yeah. Great tournament
Great
for
tournament
Michelle.
for Michelle. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to 7 players on our final table here at the Crossroads Tavern Ante Up tournament.
Everyone at the table can breathe a sigh of relief because they are in the money. That was not planned to say it at the same time, but sometimes things just work out. All right, so we're 7-handed. Jake again with commanding chip lead. All right, coming around to Tim Rice with the ace-7 offsuit.
12K to call for Tim.
He's going to call. He wants some action. He's maybe gotten a little bored or maybe wants to see something on this final table. It's time to make some moves now that they know they're all in the money.
Michael's going to check.
And we'll see a little bit of a friendly flop. Flop comes 6, 10, 5, couple of hearts out there. Jake and Tim pick up the runner, no more. Flush draw. We're going to maybe check around. Nah, Jake says, I'm bossy again, knowing he's got a good chance at having potentially the best hand on the table with his ace-queen.
Tim's going to call him.
Tim calls, says,
We're going
you
to see that river card.
can't push
And
me
it's
around.
the queen, which locks it in for Jake.
Jake goes all in. Which we've seen a lot, so it's nothing really to get too excited about.
No, and Tim wisely puts him down.
Looks Looks like maybe some of the spirits have raised a little bit since they know they're all making some profit on the weekend.
The pressure is off now at this
Yeah.
point.
Can breathe a little bit, but why win $850 going out in next place when you can win $3,500?
Yeah. Is it $36.50, I believe?
$36.50. Yep.
So Mike all in with his low pair again. Not too much else out there. I think he's just going to kind of rake this in.
Jake has been known to be a little bit of a loose cannon with his chips. He's been lucky enough to, yeah, there we go. He's making a bigger pyramid.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, next weekend we are at the Buff Bar in Jamestown, North Dakota.
Yeah, very excited about that.
Buffalo City Showdown.
Yeah, good to be back. We were there last year. I believe Jamie Meitinger took down that tournament, won around between $3,000 and $4,000. So certainly looking to have a bigger prize pool there with a even bigger turnout. We did nearly max out our space. It's a little bit of a smaller venue than here at Crossroads Tavern, but anytime you can max out your space, you're feeling good, knowing you get the players have the best return on their investment for those that make it in the money. Here we're looking at a bunch of garbage hands again.
Everybody's just kind of folding and getting out of this one, except for the blinds.
Jake, a measly 0.01% of his chip stack to call.
He's got a couple of hearts. I can see him raising.
I think
He's
Jake.
gonna check it.
Yeah, I think Jake is somewhat befuddled at how big his chip stack is. He's trying to maybe focusing more on how he can arrange them than what chips go in the pot. There, he just wants to lower the stack height and just throws 25K in.
And Mike folds. Nothing on the flop for Mike. He had to assume Jake had the overpair.
But you know what they say about assuming, it makes Jake more money.
It certainly does today.
It allows Jake to grow his chip stack.
Pretty sure he is coming in. I think last time they checked right around 1.4 million currently. I think anybody else close to him is somewhere around a quarter to a fifth of that. Woznicki with pocket kings. A good
Probably
hand for him.
Going to be folding around, and I'm sure if Michael decides, I'm sure he'll decide to raise or go all in. He's certainly going to see a bunch of folds in front of him.
It'll be interesting to see how he plays this. And a hefty raise.
Raises to 31,000, and just as we might suspect, a couple of folds. So he'll pick up the blinds here.
Pad his stack just a little bit. Where are we at after Jamestown? It's April 10th, I believe. We're heading up to
Tioga.
To Poor Decisions.
Poor Decisions. I'm sure that's another Cards in the Air at noon. It's a one-day tournament. Then the following weekend on a Sunday, actually the Poor Decisions is on a Saturday. And then the following weekend, Sunday, we're out at Fat Fish Brewery in Dickinson, North Dakota. Certainly will be an exciting time. I've never had a poker tournament in Dickinson that I've attended.
Yeah.
Perhaps in the past we've been there a time or two.
We definitely have not been out there with a new Dakota Poker Tour.
No, and with the live stream, feature table, hopefully drums up some good excitement around that. I know we were in South Hart last year.
Yes. Small tournament out there.
Had a lot of fun with those guys, though.
Yeah. You attended that tournament, Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It's a good time.
So Brad picking up a flush draw here on the flop with 3 clubs. Bets 12,000 and Tim calls. And there he is.
And he picks it up.
Picks up the nut flush with what cards are out there. He's going to fire away at 12, maybe to get a value out of Tim and try to hack away at, I think Tim is second place right now with around 200K.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Tim can lay this down or not.
Tim,
he value it enough? No, he
Tim
valued it
threatening
enough.
a fold, and
He got him.
oh, and there's a flush on the board. Tim doesn't have it. Tim has a flush, but he doesn't have a good overcard to beat
He
the
doesn't
rest
have
of it.
he doesn't have the flush. He's definitely laying these down now. He knows something's up.
The jig is up, Brad. The news is out.
Brad kindly shows his queen to Tim.
Sounds like our blinds are going up to 8,000, 16,000 with a big blind ante of 16,000.
Tim on the small blind. Patrick Wingard on the big blind.
Under the gun will be Jared Howard with Queen 3 suited. Probably wants nothing to do with that. However, everyone's a short stack when you're comparing to Jake. So, every time we mention someone, it's other than Jake, they're just going to be
Just
the
other
short
than Jake,
stack.
Yes. At
Fold
this
around.
point, it's just whether or not Jake gets out of the pot. Everybody wants to see Jake out of the pot.
Or catch him in Jake might be playing a little bit loose right now. We've seen a couple of odd calls or...
He is very confident at this point.
Yeah,
which is hard not to be.
He's running a little hot, and so when you're doing that, you kind of just got to go for it.
So we have an all-in by Mike.
I think Tim would have him covered if he did call.
Okay, he's all in for 91K. Tim definitely has him covered. He's really struggling with this one.
Maybe Tim's just frustrated he's not getting some cards that he wants to be able to call confidently these all-ins.
Mike takes down the blinds.
So as you can see here, Jake is definitely in a commanding lead in aggression frequency, which is amount of raises pre-flop, I believe. You can definitely correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, he bets a lot.
I won't correct you.
He's aggressive. Let's just leave it at that.
He has the stack to be aggressive at this point.
He could probably double up everyone on the table and still be the chip leader.
Yeah, that's pretty safe to say.
Mike looking down at 4-3 offsuit. Ain't gonna have nothing to do with that. Probably same with Brad. And we very well might fold around the table.
Tim's got connectors. He looks like he's going to call this.
All right. Well, hey. Jake's not in the pot, so it's time to play some cards, I guess they say.
Jared's on the big blind. He's going to check. Will Patrick call this? It's already in for 8. Yes,
we're going to see a flop here. Ace-4, ace. 2 hearts. No one hits the board.
Check, check. It's off to Tim.
And then Tim hits the queen. Gonna check around to Tim. He's gonna fire away for, I believe, 25K? 20K?
28K.
28. A nice even number.
You were close.
Yeah?
It's good eyeballs.
Gotta eat your carrots. Says the guy who, without contacts or glasses, can't see 3 feet in front of him.
There you go.
So maybe I just haven't eaten enough carrots in my time. Jake now having to reach around his chip stack. We might need a separate table.
It would probably benefit him to maybe not have it stacked so high at this point.
Yeah.
I could see him dumping the whole stack. We'll see.
Luckily, the table is fairly sturdy, and any sudden movements should not knock down his monster stack.
Patrick Wingard coming in on the button with a nice hand. We'll see what he does.
He's just going to call. He's hoping to see some action on the flop. Maybe bait Michael
He
in. No.
raises.
He says,
And Woznicki folds.
yeah, they want nothing to do with that.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, final table action here at the Ante Up Tournament, Crossroads Tavern in Bismarck, North Dakota.
If you're joining us on the YouTube channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe to be updated on all the future tournaments and to catch any updates from day one or halfway through tournaments. We try to post those about halfway through the day just to give you a little update, maybe to entice you to come on down and start playing. Obviously today, a little too late to jump in on this tournament. I don't see Brad looking down at Ace Jack offsuit. Probably going to be looking to play this hand.
Yeah, Queen Jack suited for Tim. Brad with a hefty raise.
57K. 52. 42. Nonetheless, he raises.
Yes, a hefty raise to Tim. Tim's going to call this one.
Yeah, with suited connectors, it's definitely a decent price. It's worth it for him to at least see a flop.
Especially because he's in second place right now, so he's got a good opportunity.
Yeah. Flop comes 5-5 queen. Tim hits a queen on the flop. Little does Brad know he has 2 outs left in the deck, and that's 2 aces. Brad makes it 22K, and Tim
just calling him.
quickly calls. Maybe a little hesitant to raise, or those 2 5s are a little pause for concern for him. See a check from Brad, and Tim has the option to...
And Brad is done. He is out at that point.
Yeah, safe lay down there for Brad.
So again, there is our chip count, Jake. Of course, the chip leader at 1.4 million. Tim coming in at just a third of that. In second place currently.
Brad's our short stack. He has just basically 6 big blinds left. 96,000.
Look at you, math whiz.
Yeah. I mean, it's provided on the screen, luckily. Math is not hard when it's right there in front of you. Tim will fold. Patrick, I'm sure, will fold. Jared may be pondering now that they're suited. That's a decent hand.
Might be enough for him to get in on this one. Jared definitely calling.
Jared says, I want to play.
Jake's going to limp in. And we're going to see a flop.
Flop comes 4, Jack, 8, 2 hearts. Looks like just Jake picks up a hit on that flop. And we're going to check around to the turn, which is a king of hearts. We now have a flush draw on the table. The players have to think about when assessing whether they want to bet, check, or maybe call a bet.
And Jake with a hefty raise gets everybody out of the pot again. And we got some good hands being dealt on this one.
Probably see a couple of folds, and Jared very well might be going all in here. Or just raising.
He is close to our short stack, though. He doesn't have too much over Brad. We have it all in on Woznicki.
Michael moves all in, and Jared,
Jared is
yes.
all in as well. All right. Woznicki will still be in this, even if Jared pulls this out.
Flop comes 4, deuce, 5. Nothing there.
Straight for both of them.
Gonna see a little bit of a
Chop pot in their future.
Sure, neither player's upset about that, other than the fact they just kind of split up the other chips the players put in there, the blinds and the ante.
Not what they wanted to see.
No, but no one
they're
got
still in
kicked out. They made a little bit off the top of that, but you know, I'd be happy to see another hand.
Jake is all grins today.
Fairly animated too. Earlier before we started streaming, I saw just before a break he called an all-in and rivered someone out of the game, and he was fairly jacked about that. Even stood up on his chair, waved around his sweatshirt like a helicopter. Maybe taking a page out of P.D. Pablo's book there.
He is a raise out of Jake with a 10-4 off.
He's got the chips to do this, where he can rep a strong hand and maybe try to go up against another strong hand, see a flop, get lucky, catch something that is, you know, a 10 or a 4, and there's no way the other player really puts him on 10-4 offsuit.
No.
They would think he's repping a stronger hand, at least a pocket pair or a couple of high cards. And there he is. He hits a 4, but there is a queen out there, which Tim also hits and also picks up a flush draw.
Tim checks to Jake.
Jake says all in.
All in.
Tim calls.
calls.
Turn comes a 6.
And Tim is...
And Jake says, here's 2 chips. Try to put a dent in me. You can't.
Tim doubles up on him now.
Tim's life is extended here in this tournament, just that much more. Probably becomes, well...
Tim was in second place.
He was
so
in second place.
He's just kind of closing the gap at this point.
For Tim, that's best case scenario. For Jake, that is worst case scenario to double up the second player in chips.
That brings the two of them quite closer, though. I believe that's going to bring Jake down to about $1 million in chips. And that is going to bring
Tim's
Tim
up to
about
about
$800K.
yeah, around there. Actually, I think it might be around 400K. Because he had about 200K in chips. Yeah, it's going to bring him up to between 4 and 500K.
Yep. Still pretty commanding lead, but he's going to need to get a little closer to him if he's going to threaten him in the end.
Well, hey, Jake's been running hot, at least while on the feature table last couple hours, and hit a couple river cards and kicked a number of people out. So it's maybe about time he gets a little gut check, and
He definitely got caught on that one.
he can throw some chips away or give some to the other players for a little while. Just counting out all the chips, making sure everything's squared away and everyone gets what they're owed.
Everybody having a good time right now.
Yeah, Tim is all grins right now. Not quite smiles. You know, he's still in the heat of the battle, but
Not bad for a free entry today
yeah,
that he won through the free poker network here in Bismarck.
played out of the Bismarck Amvets, you said?
Yep, plays out of the Bismarck Amvets on Tuesday and Wednesday nights.
Yeah, so the Free Poker Network is just a free national league that a bunch of bars play in. You can go there, play for absolutely free, and it qualifies you for some Dakota Poker Tour seats. And there's also a national championship that we obviously put on pause due to COVID. But I believe last year we gave away $25,000 to our top prize winner. Cash money, too.
And there is our current chip count.
Ah, so Tim is up to 830K. Okay. I stand corrected.
I don't think Jake's going to be able to bully Tim around for much longer.
No.
Let's see what Brad's going to do. Can pocket threes on the button.
Jake calls. Brad
Brad's
is
going to go all in
yeah.
with his pocket threes.
56K. Definitely
Tim's
not
out,
much.
Patrick's out. Will Jake call this one as well with king 2 off? He folds.
Yeah, Jake maybe just wanting to stop the bleeding for a moment, and yeah, just wanted to stop the bleeding. Says I had one over, just had the king, so probably a smart fold there.
Definitely smart fold for him at this point.
You know, you lose a big pot, you double up second position in chips. Last thing you want to do is keep throwing money to the rest of the table to even the playing field.
No one wants to go on tilt.
No. Michael folds 5 deuce offsuit. Jake looking at queen 8 suited. I think he'll just call.
Tim pulls pocket sevens.
Ah, he raises to 32,000. Minimum raise. Mike folding ace 8. Brad looking down at suited connectors 9-8.
He's questioning this one.
Not always
He's going to fold.
Yeah, not always a terrible hand to play suited connectors, but when blinds are this high and standard bets are a significant percentage of your pot, you kind of tighten up a little bit and play a little bit more within your means, I guess. So Tim calls.
Calls him with pocket sevens.
Flop comes 10 king queen. Jake hits a queen on the flop.
Only one out for Tim at this point.
Turns another king. Jake
Tim.
fires at 2,700, I believe. No, 5,200.
52K.
1,000. Yes.
Tim is wisely going to get out of this one. He doesn't want to give back to Jake.
If you are just joining us, we are live at the Ante Up tournament at the Crossroads Tavern poker tournament, a benefit tournament for the family of Chris Keller. So all the proceeds that our charity here, Matt Pack Wrestling, would have taken in for this tournament, they are wonderfully and kindly donating to the family of Chris Keller. Jake looking down at a pretty decent hand, Ace-Jack. Says, I'll play. It's like a raise to...
It's like a mid-raise
32,000.
again.
Yep.
32K. Mike's going to lay this down.
Brad will fold. Jared, it might be time for Jared to go all in. There, you really are not going to see probably a better hand.
He is our short stack, I believe. So, pocket nines certainly seems like a good opportunity.
Just calls. So we saw a 9 there in another hand. So Jared's tripped opportunities are much slimmer.
Yeah.
Flop comes. Just going to confirm the flop here real quick. It does look like Jared goes all in. Flop comes 7 deuce deuce. Jake has a decision here to make. Certainly, if he is a good reader of people in poker, he's got to think Jared at best has a pocket pair, which definitely beats his ace-jack. But let's see if Jake says, I am a turn or a river rat. I'm going to get an ace or a jack like we saw earlier.
He may have a tough time laying this down since Jared is really short stacked right now.
Ah, Jake does call. No, he folds. Back to the action with Tim. Queen 10. He's going to go ahead and call. Big blind of 16,000. Our blinds are at 8,000, 16,000, and a big blind ante of 16,000. So it definitely hurts the short stacks when you are the big blind. You got to pony up 32,000 in order to play the hand, but you have no choice. Flop comes 5 deuce 10.
Jake's going to check it.
Tim picks up top pair.
Bet 30.
And
Jake's
Jake
going to
will
call.
call. I think that's the river's the 5.
Jake is drawing dead at this point, but he is going to try big raise here.
Maybe 655, 80K. 80K from Jake. Tim has a decision to make here with top pair. Jake throwing some weight around, or maybe Jake will find his hand has been caught in the cookie jar.
No, Tim calls him. Tim's staying in this one.
Looks like the
Tim
turn.
takes down that pot.
Yeah, the turn had very little effect on the play there. which was a 2 of clubs, actually. River was the 5 of hearts, but Tim will take that pot down.
And I believe for the first time today, that swings the chip lead to Tim.
What? Oh my gosh. Jake, perhaps the walls are tumbling down a little bit. Maybe now a page out of John Mellencamp's book. Switching up his playlist.
I don't think he's going to be listening to Hurt So Good at this point.
No, and Tim with a another now has a fat stack of chips in front of him. Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe a little less organized chip stack, but it's there. Jared staring down at Queen Jack offsuit.
Not quite as topple friendly.
No. Which you don't want to be topple friendly.
Jared's going to call this. Jake's pushing all in. Mike calls him pocket nines.
Oh my gosh.
Jared's going to get out of this hand.
Mike has a chance to double up off of Jake. You hear that, Craig? The walls are crumbling down.
They are. Jake with only 3 outs on this one.
Mike has a 76% chance of winning. Flop comes 5 ace 8.
And Jake hits his ace.
Jake says, "Not
There's a 9.
today."
Mike hits the
River,
9 on the river.
It's the 9.
It's got to be the 9.
I mean, it wouldn't be anything else with that kind of reaction from Mike.
He only had 2 outs. He hit that 9.
Oh my God. It is. Oh my. The walls come crumbling down.
Jake may have to take a moment and step back from the table and take a breather here on this one.
It's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the chip stack. But apparently not in this situation. Jake is befuddled
Yes.
at what's happening right now.
His grin is gone.
It's exactly what he didn't want to see, is to keep doubling up the smaller chip stacks.
Yep. I think that's going to move Mike solidly into 3rd place.
You would imagine. Well, perhaps. Yeah, there he is. Not by a lot.
Not by much. A little bit of a lead over Patrick. Jared's still holding in there. Well, Jake's going to like this hand to bounce back.
We'll see how aggressive he gets.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe chases other people out of the pot. Tim Rice again is our Free Poker Network free entry into this Dakota Poker Tour event. He plays at the Bismarck Amvets and played for free, won a seat, and now he's at the final table.
And he's chip leader
Yeah.
at the final table.
Hey now, this is what dreams are made of, says Tim.
Could be a hefty payday for a free tournament for him.
Of course, he probably bought on the add-on for an extra 150. I believe that gave him an extra 30K in chips, but still, excellent return on the investment.
Most definitely.
Yeah, table folds to Jake, and perhaps a little bit of tilt coming in Jake's direction. You know, knowing you look down and see rockets, and the last thing you want is everyone to fold pre-flop and not really get any other chips out of it. Let's hope Jake can, for the sake of Jake, you know, if you're rooting for Jake, you want him to keep an even head and put it in perspective and just chill out. You're still in 2nd place. You still have a lot more chips than a lot of the other people at the table. Just like hold back a little bit. Wait for your time and strike. Jared calling the big blind with Jack 10 suited.
Another fold.
Mike calls. Brad certainly should fold here. No,
Well,
it's a cheap. It's a cheap.
He's on
pot
the
for
small
him.
blind, so it's cheap for him to see a flop. Tim checks.
4 players to the flop, and we have ace 9 for Tim makes 2 pair. Brad checks. Tim fires away for 25,000. Jared folds. Mike wants nothing to do with it, and Brad.
And Tim
Brad
takes
had
down
no
that pop.
choice.
And with that, our blinds are going up again.
10,000, 20,000, 20,000. Now, if you're the short stack and you thought 8, 16, 16 was, expensive to get in, now it's time to make moves.
Yes.
This is when it's for real.
At this point, you're only going to get 2 rounds around that table before you're done. So, you want to double up if you can. Being new to tournament poker, it's always interesting to me to watch how the different individuals will play certain cards. Jake always the aggressor with his pocket aces that he had a couple of hands ago.
Jared folds. Michael might fold. Who knows? This might be an all-in hand.
It's
There
an
it is.
all-in hand for Michael.
Ace 5 suited.
And we're going to get a call from Mike, maybe. He's questioning this.
I would expect Mike to come in on this.
Mike is going to go all in as well to push out everybody else.
Oh, Mike's all in with ace 5. Mike did call. We have a turn or flop turn. Nothing. But
Nothing. Mike is still...
King Michael is
takes it down.
eliminated. Is that 7th place gone?
That is 7th place gone.
A payday of $850. We're verifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last place, not bad for a nice relaxing Sunday
Yeah.
here at Crossroads Tavern.
As the kids might say, he gone. Now next place, which would be 6th place, breaks in $950 with a top prize of $3,560. Jake may be replaying some hands in his head thinking, how did I get here today?
Where'd my big stack go? Well, this looks like an opportunity for Jared Howard.
Jake first to act with Jack 5 suited.
He's going to fold. He's getting out of this.
Michael fold. Brad will expect to see either a call or a raise here, or an all-in
It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, all
for
in
about
at
64,000.
Jared's definitely going to call this, I think.
And yeah, I don't see why not.
Looks like Patrick's considering calling too.
No,
No, he gets
but
out.
Jared, they're ready to tango together.
Most definitely.
Jared definitely in the commanding lead with the king,
Ace King.
the matching king to go with it.
King Queen suited.
Flop comes at 8-4 deuce. Turns a 3 of hearts. Flush draw
that
for
flush
Brad.
draw's out there.
We need to see a river. Looks like
Do
an
not believe that
8
the
of
river helped.
spades.
It's going to go to Jared,
Oh my, just like that.
and I believe that is also going to knock out Mr. Magnus. Good day for him.
Good tournament, Brad. Congratulations. He'll take home $950, our next place prize. Now we have reached 4 digits, $1,060 to 4th place. 5th place. Here's our chip count. Tim Rice is in the lead with 942,000, and Patrick Wingard in our 9th seat. Just 123,000. We'll be seeing him perhaps making a move fairly soon. He is in the dealer position. He's got the button on him, so he has a little bit of time. But now that we're down to 5 players, not a lot.
Things are going to go much quicker at this point.
Mike staring down at Queen Jack. His first to act.
He's going to call this for 20. It goes to Tim. I think we're going to see a raise here. We're definitely having action on this hand. This is a good opportunity for Patrick.
Yes, Patrick shoves all in. About 123,000.
This is what he was waiting for.
Fold. Mike folds, and Tim has a decision to make. Does he want to double Patrick up potentially? Even though he is absolutely crushed at this point.
Mike's questioning it, though. He's really struggling whether or not he wants to be in on this one. He is going to dump it, though. Tim is going to call with his pocket tens.
Flop comes 4-4 ace. Turns a 5. And the river is a 2. And Patrick doubles up off our chip leader, Tim Rice. This might put Jake at chip leader now.
Most definitely. Brings Tim down just a bit. Brings Patrick up closer to the rest of the crowd right now.
Patrick, again, no stranger to the poker circuit out west here. Asked him earlier what his biggest win was. And biggest cash win, it was $7,800. He was playing in the Rough Rider Poker Tour Championship. So if he does win tonight, he'll get about half his top prize, but certainly a force to be reckoned with, and I would not sleep on Patrick.
No, he is definitely creeping back up now.
Yes, there it is, Jake, with a slight chip lead over Tim. Jared at the bottom with 218,000, and Patrick made it into second to last place with that double up. Tim will fold his ace-3. Expect Patrick to also now fold his ace-8-5.
Jake calls. We see a flop on this one between our blinds. Well, that definitely helps out Mike. Checking around. Jake drawing dead at this point.
Yeah, there's nothing he can hit.
Throws out 30.
30K,
Mike.
trying to get some value.
Easy call for Mike.
No, why would he get value on nothing? Maybe trying to get Mike off something with 3 middle cards, but
He lays it down wisely.
Again, thank you to our YouTube and Facebook watchers, viewers, I suppose. If you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe at the Dakota Poker Tour YouTube channel to be updated on all the latest events and updates from our current tournaments.
Just hit that little bell.
Yes, the bell to be notified. That's like the standard for all YouTubers now.
Yes.
I hate it, but you kind of have to say it.
Yeah, intro to the video, subscribe, bell.
Like, subscribe,
And then now we're
and
going to talk
pound
about what we want.
Pound that bell button, as they say.
Tim is out of this one.
And Jake will take down the pot. All right, Jared looking down with Queen Jack suited.
Tim, he's easily going to limp in here.
Easily
He
going
dumps
to
it.
limp in his cards into the muck pile.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think that's what you meant to say.
I'm surprised.
Patrick will be in. He hits the 9, top pair, lowest kicker. So the 8 would be his kicker. Jared still with a runner flush draw. He will call. 35K is not too much to not play.
He's got the straight
Jared picks up the straight.
on the turn, yes. Patrick now drawing dead. Jared's going to...
Jared checks, representing a weak hand. Hoping Patrick improves on the river.
Hoping that he can get
A 7 comes
Patrick
up.
to bet on this river as opposed to checking.
Jared has to bet here to try to get value. The last thing you want to do is
He
check
does.
down.
He knows he's got the hand.
So Jared
I
raises
believe so.
to 80K. Patrick wisely folds.
Lays it down. All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the Ante Up tournament at Crossroads Tavern. Down to 5 players left on our final table. Mike calls. Jared's out. Jake with the option.
I'm going to see check to the river. River's at 10.
Check, check. No. Check by Jake. Mike's going to bet this heavy. Jake with only the 9s. He's got to be concerned, and he folds.
369. Dang, that hand is fine. I suppose that's what you get for having a couple of DJs walk in on a commentary booth on poker.
100%. Mike Goldaddy's got to be feeling pretty good right now. He came in short stacked, and he is looking really healthy at this point.
Yeah, up over, 464K on his chip stack now.
Yep. It puts him solidly in third place. Jake, I believe, still currently in first place now again. Tim Rice coming in at second.
Mike maybe not sure if it's on him. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, is it on me?
Tim. He's going to keep his cards. He's going to call the big blind. Patrick folds. Suited. Yeah. Doesn't want any of that on the small blind. Jake checks.
Flop comes 8-3 deuce.
Only benefits Jake at this point. Board pairs on the turn. Hefty bet. And Tim folds. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a little plug for you. We've got next weekend coming up. We are going to be out at the Buff Bar in Jamestown, North Dakota.
Buffalo City Showdown. Last year, once again, I think Jamie Meidinger took it down for about 3,000. I think he final tabled last week at the Windbreak tournament.
Yeah, I had a good turnout last year at Jamestown. Looking for a few extras this year. Increase that prize pool for everybody. All right, I see a check here. See if Jake's going to call. He's on the small blind. Jake's got his tens.
Mike with a gut shot straight draw.
He needs that 7.
He'll call. River comes a jack. Doesn't help either hand, but
Locks it in for Jake.
Jake will fire away with that top pair. Mike folds. And these players aren't playing for nothing in the Dakota Poker Tour. We do have a leaderboard right now that Cody Slusher is on top with his second place finish last week. Nick Ingolfsland won last weekend's tournament at the Windbreak for a total of he took home $9,000. Absolutely insane turnout last week, so he skyrocketed into second place for our Dakota Poker Tour champions. We do have a tournament of champions, so every player that does win any one of our events will be invited to play in our tournament of champions.
No date set on those yet, correct?
No, not right now.
So we got an all-in by Patrick. Gonna fold. Tim's definitely gonna fold this as well.
Other awesome things that the Dakota Poker Tour offers is through playing is we are giving away 3 $1,500 World Series packages. It would be to the Player of the Year, the Tournament of Champions, and a Player Appreciation Free Roll tournament that is yet to be decided, but stay tuned for more info on that, stay tuned on that and be updated. Like our Facebook page, Dakota Poker Tour, and our YouTube page. Like and subscribe there. This is a Season X, Season 10 continuation from last year. Obviously, things were interrupted with a worldwide pandemic. But poker's back.
Poker is back, and it is healthy.
Yeah, these players have been itching to play.
Yeah, they are excited tonight. Plenty of opportunities left here in Season 10 as well.
Yeah, I mean,
to collect some more points and possibly get on that board. So
basically how the points work is the dollar amount that you win is how many points you'd be granted. And so right here tonight, 3,650 points are up for grabs, with first place being that first place will take home $3,650.
And a shot at that Tournament of Champions seat.
Looking down, Patrick has pocket queens. May not see very much action here, but certainly a cool hand to have.
Raised to 85K.
A pair of barmaids, rather.
Everybody's going to be out on this one. Hefty raise, keep people out. Just pocket those blinds.
Hey, anytime you have chips coming towards you, I'm happy in a poker tournament.
Hey, it's a good thing. So again, you want to get on the leaderboard. We have some events coming up. We are out in Jamestown next weekend. We have definitely plugged that one a lot. April 10th, we are up in Tioga at Poor Decisions. That's a Saturday, I believe.
Yep.
And then Sunday, April 18th, we are going to be out at the Fat Fish Brewery in Dickinson, North Dakota. Lots of fun things to do at Fat Fish, as well as play some cards.
Yeah. Oh, but wait, Craig, there's more.
There's more.
May 1st, Saturday, May 1st, we will be in Valley City at the Eagles Club for the Eagle Eye tournament. I believe it's the Eagle Eye Showdown, perhaps?
That could be.
Nonetheless, tournament in Valley City on May 1st.
Mike with a raise to 40K, 9-8 suited. You're running into pocket queens again, though. This time Tim has them. He's
Tim
going
is
all in. He's going to see if he can catch somebody sleeping on this one. No, Mike's going to lay those down too. Still 5 players left in today's tournament. There is our current chip count, ladies and gentlemen. Jake in first place with about 870K. Tim coming in at second with 770. Bottom 3 looking to double up here at some point.
Might just see a bunch of folds here. Although Jake does have only 10K to call, and even despite his up and down swings as of late, he says 10K is chump change. Flop comes 4-4 queen. Neither player hits anything. Turn comes a 2. Had a couple of quick checks.
Mike's Jack 7 is still holding true.
Jake bets to 30,000. Actions over to Mike.
Mike's going to lay that down. cumulative winnings today. Not surprising Jake on the top of that board. He's definitely been a bully all day. He was brought back down a little bit earlier.
Got
Had some
checked.
bad hands. But he's still holding strong.
Maybe not so much bad hands, but you can't always run lucky and hit everything on the Turner River. And
This is true.
it's pretty much what happened. Here we have Patrick with pocket threes.
And we got Mike with pocket aces. So we could see a little action here.
Oh, Patrick goes all in. He is not
This is
going to
not-
enjoy.
Yeah, this may not end well for Patrick today.
Patrick might be.
This is going to be an easy call for Mike.
Patrick's maybe
He's going
hope.
to bully Tim out of this.
Yeah, Patrick's hoping that aces are low, not the high pair.
Unfortunately, that's not how it works in poker.
He runs into aces.
So Mike currently hoping to avoid a 3.
2 outs and 2 outs only. Turn comes a 9. River's a 3. No way. Oh my goodness.
This looks like that may have eliminated Mike, but it's close. It's close, folks.
Oh my. I can feel it in my gut, and I can only imagine you can feel it in your gut at home. The feeling of being aces cracked again.
Again.
Maybe not on the stream necessarily, but we've seen it in the tournament today. Aces are.
That's not going to make Mike happy. I cracked his aces earlier today, and in a discussion with him, he said he had them cracked earlier this morning as well.
So that will be 3 times Mike's aces have been cracked today.
It has not been a good day for his pocket rockets.
There's no crying in poker, but I wouldn't blame Mike for shedding a couple tears over this one.
He is still in it, although
He is.
Not by much.
Hanging on by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah. First blind's going to have him in. Yeah, he is. He's going to be all in on the next hand, folks. But still taking down a hefty prize. What is 5th place praying out today?
5th
Do you
place? Around 1,000. It's around like 1,050.
Still not a bad.
No,
Still not a bad amount.
no,
For a
but
nice little Sunday afternoon here at Crossroads Tavern.
go home and whine about your. Oh, my aces got cracked.
I don't think he's going to be whining with $1,000 in his
No,
pocket.
you
so.
shouldn't. Yeah, 1,060 to 5th place.
Mike's got 8K left. He's going to be all in on his 8-7 off. Not sure what Patrick has at this point. But Jake throwing a hefty raise out there. He wants to isolate Mike.
At this point, I don't even know if it would be considered isolating when
It's hard to isolate for an 8K pot.
2K
Plus
less than
blinds.
a small blind.
Yeah.
There we see Patrick has
Looks
king,
like-
queen.
Yep. And it does look like Patrick is calling this.
We will be going to a quick 10-minute break after this hand. Allow the players to stretch their legs. Think about all the river cards that came that were devastating. Mike looking to triple up here to 24,000.
And he catches, yeah,
Catches a piece
catches
of that
an
flop.
8. But unfortunately, Jake still has the jacks. Tim lays down.
Now we're heads up with Mike and Jake.
Only 2. Yeah, 4 more outs. And Mike actually
That
catches
triples
a little
up.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike's still staying alive. And with that, we are on our 10-minute break, folks. Another Gloria Gaynor moment.
No, that's Bee Gees.
Oh, okay.
Staying alive, says
Staying
Mike.
alive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after 10 minutes here. We're going to be on a break for a bit.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the final table action. We are down to 5 players
Yes.
at the Ante Up tournament at Crossroads Tavern in Bismarck, North Dakota. This is a benefit tournament for the family of Chris Keller. We want to thank you all for tuning in on Facebook and or YouTube.
Blinds are currently at 15K, 30K with a 30K ante. Looking to wrap this up tonight.
Sounding like we had an all-in.
We do have an all-in with Mike. He's still very short stacked at this point.
And we
We're
just
definitely
going to
get a caller.
Yeah, we just came off a miracle river for Patrick with those pocket threes. Or he caught a third tee.
Yes, I believe so. If I
Yeah,
remember correctly. 100%.
doubled up.
It's not looking good for Mike at this point.
So Mike and Jake both called the all-in. It was only 40,000.
Jake is drawing dead. Mike with only an out. And Mike is dead too. Jared takes the pot.
Jared's going to take home the pot of 110,000, bringing his chip stack up to about 495 maybe.
Yeah, and that eliminates Mike Golddaddy in 5th place today. He's going to take home a little over $1,000. Not a bad day for him.
I believe 1,060. Fourth place will be $1,420.
Current chip leader, I believe, Jake. We got Tim coming in 2nd.
Yep.
I believe Patrick is probably in 3rd, if I am not mistaken.
Fourth place maybe Jared, or
Yes, I believe Jared is coming in at 4th place right now, currently.
Jared 9-8 going to fold over action over to Jake with
Jake.
ace-3. He's going to call the big blind.
Yep. Tim's going to knock. So we'll see a flop here. Not sure what Tim's got.
Have a little guessing game. He could literally have any 2 cards in the deck,
Yes.
except for the ones already dealt on the table.
Jake
and the ones
paired
on-
his ace.
turns
Board
his
pairs on the turn.
Yep, Jake bets 50,000 and Tim swiftly folds.
Yeah, we nailed the chip count. Jared coming in at 385.
Jake earlier had over 1 million in chips coming into the final table. Doubled up Tim.
Yeah, 1.4 million.
Yeah, doubled up Tim has fought his way back to a little under 1 million, so
Yeah.
he had a little bit of the wind taken out of his sails, but he's
holding in there still at this point.
he's coming back to his roots of being the bossy chip stack on the table.
Can't be quite as bossy now. He's no longer 5 times the next closest person anymore.
Yeah, with 4 players, it's getting a little bit tougher. Raises up to 80,000 and Tim folds quickly. No brainer.
Yeah. Just gotta lay him down with those. He's not interested in anything. Take home the blinds. Jake still commandingly in the lead in cumulative winnings today. I believe he is also commandingly in the lead in raising pre-flop. There. It's almost as if they read my mind.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick's got pocket 7s here.
Now certainly four-handed, the range of hands that one might play does
Definitely
open
goes up.
It opens up a little bit more, knowing there just aren't as many cards on the table as with a 8 or 9 handed table.
And Patrick does go in all in with those. Not surprising. I think we're going to get laydowns, though. Unless Tim
might call
he
this.
may call this with the ace. He is suited as well.
Which does give him a little bit more, less of a disadvantage, I'll say.
Yeah, pretty even at this point. So we see that flop. It's a tough one for him, though. He is struggling with it. He's had a good day so far. Tim coming off of a free entry through our Free Poker Network Wednesday night game at the Bismarck Ambets.
Wait, you mean he paid nothing?
He paid nothing
Oh
to
my.
get into this today.
Diddly squat.
At Diddly Squad, and he's currently going to take home at least $1,400. That's a good day for him. And he is currently in second place, so it certainly looks like he's going to be taking home a lot more than that.
Yeah, first place prize again, $3,650. We're out at the Crossroads Tavern in Bismarck, North Dakota. for our ante up tournament.
Patrick takes down that one with the pocket pair in case you missed that.
Blinds at 15, 30, 30. So when you are the big blind, you are ponying up
60K.
Oof.
Ugh. It does not feel good to pony up that much dough.
So you can't, you can afford a couple big blinds if you're short stack at this point, but you go enough rounds around the table and it starts really eating away at your chip stack.
Yeah, I believe our short stack now currently only has enough to get him through about 10 big blinds. And four-handed, this is definitely going to go quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, as you maybe hear some of the table talk, we are here on a Sunday, meaning for the normal folk, they got to work tomorrow morning. But, hey, that's some pretty cool cooler talk to come on Monday morning and say, guess what I did?
Guess what I did last night?
I just won over $1,000 playing some poker.
Well, hey, you know what? If you win $3,650, maybe you can call in sick.
Yeah.
As long as they're not watching this live feed.
Oh, here we are. Jake and Tim in on the flop. Tim hits the
We got
jacks.
a pair of tens. We also have
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Jake checks
This is
his
not looking good for
trips.
Tim at this point.
Tim betting into Jake, thinking he has the best hand.
Yeah.
Those-
Another race by Jake.
Those red chips are 100,000 apiece. Oh my Lord, we're gonna see something good.
no.
We could see.
Only 2 outs for Tim. This
Up.
is not going to end well for him.
This is a big chip stack turning into an even bigger chip stack.
And I
Rivers
believe
is- yep.
that's probably going to be enough to eliminate Tim today. What a great showing for a free roll into this event for him.
He netted $2,255, or $1,480, which is fourth place prize.
Yes.
I mean, granted, if he did add on the extra 150 for the tournament and get an extra, was it 30K
Yeah.
in chips? So he won, if he did add on, which I think he did, $1,330.
Definitely.
Plus
I am actually really surprised by his play there. He's been very conservative through the last few hands and stuff. I'm really surprised that he went in with just the jacks on that. But
Well, Jake has been kind of bullying people around.
he certainly has.
So he thought maybe
probably
he's-
thought he was catching Jake.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to just steal a pot off second place, and he just got caught.
Yep.
Nothing you can do about that other than not do what Tim did, but that's
Yeah.
poker. You just don't know.
That's definitely going to be a feel-good moment for Jake getting his chips back from Tim. So
Oh, yeah, Jake should be well over $1 million now.
yeah, 1.4, I believe. Oh, there's that aggression frequency again. No shocker, Jake is on top. That's not going to be changing today.
3 players left. Third place will take home $1,780. Second place, $2,255 in that first place prize of $3,650.
Cumulative winnings today, of course, Jake on top. Jared coming in at short stack right now. Oh, Jared's definitely going to be looking at probably wanting to double up on this hand.
Yeah, we might see the
But
bottom. We might see
this is going to get interesting.
bottom 2 stacks are going to be battling it out here.
Yeah, we could be two-handed very shortly here, folks.
Patrick raises to 80,000. Jared up
Jared's
to
gonna
call,
look at
which we
this.
expect a call or a all in.
I'm expecting him to push all in at this
Yeah,
point.
there it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Instant call.
As we talked
It's a ball
about,
by Patrick.
yep, as we talked about last week on the stream,
Got lots of
when,
outs for
when we're
Patrick.
down to 3, 4, 5 handed, you're either all in or nothing.
Yep.
It's just not worth it
Ace or king or
to start
turn.
betting. There
Jared
it
doubles
is.
up.
Wow.
Jared doubles up. Wow. Another Another opportunity where Ace King fails.
Jared Howard out of Fort Yates. How far away is that, Craig?
It's about a good 45 miles from here. It's just south of Prairie Nice Casino.
Okay, so he's not far away from Bismarck.
No, he's got a little jaunt home today. It was nice for him to come up here and you know, I'm not sure exactly how he heard about it, which is fantastic that he would end up here tonight. Come and donate to a good cause. He's definitely walking home with some cash at this point.
Yeah.
So, good for him. I would imagine there's a lot of people that are excited to see poker again.
Yeah.
Card games in general. So
just under a year of no Dakota Poker Tour, it's exciting to be back at the tables.
And I've heard that some casinos are still not doing card games.
So this is the only opportunity for a lot of players to come out and play.
Jared's going to fold his as well. Just give the blinds over to Jake at this point.
We might see a small or short-term constriction of play. Just kind of reassess where you're at, get your head straight,
Yep.
and then once you find that chip or the right cards, it's pretty much all in or nothing.
Yeah. Most definitely at this point. There's still a big discrepancy between third place and first place, so people are going to be playing a little bit tighter still.
Jared first act with 10-4.
He folds. Jake's going to make... Yeah.
Jake calls.
Jake flat calls. I'm surprised at that. Patrick 8-7 suited. He's going to check.
He wants to
Was he a
hope
flop?
for... Yeah, he just wants to hope for some... Both catching something on the flop, maybe getting some action,
Yeah.
and a higher potential for a bigger return on his king-queen.
Jake's still the lead, but board wide open.
Jake bets 50,000. Patrick
We have
folds.
a gut shot straight. Yep, Patrick folds. Folds on the button.
Raised to 75,000. Jared,
You heard him.
caller fold bet. We'll see what happens with Queen 9.
We got suited across both, so this could get interesting. 45 to call for Jared.
He does make
He
the
does
call.
call the call. The flop comes.
Ace 8-3.
A little bit of a help for Patrick with the possible flush out there, but he's runner for that. Yeah, Jared just folds. He's out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're just joining us, we are down to three-handed final table here at the Ante Up tournament in Bismarck, North Dakota. Not too much time probably left with y'all.
You can never say. There's one thing in poker production you never talk about. It's not
the end?
It's not Fight Club, but it's the end.
Nobody talks about Fight Club.
No, but you never ever say we should be done by certain time.
Oh, God, no.
Because it's always going to go later.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
we close at 1, so let's hope we're done by then. Oh, this looks good for
Yeah.
Patrick, though. It's pocket nines, it's a big raise. Jared's, yeah, they're both going to be laying that down. So So we are out at Crossroads Tavern tonight, Bismarck, North Dakota. We have several events coming up for you, though.
What's coming up, Craig? Tell us.
Next weekend we are at the Buff Bar in Jamestown, North Dakota. Just another plug again for them.
Yeah.
Looking for a good turnout there. April 10th, this Saturday, we're going to be up in Tioga, North Dakota.
Poor decisions.
Poor decisions. And April 18th, that is a Sunday, we are going to be out at Fat Fish Brewery in Dickinson, North Dakota.
And then very following weekend, DPT's coming to Valley City again for the Eagle Eye tournament at the Valley City Eagles Club.
It is May 1st, correct?
May 1st, that is a Saturday.
May 1st. So here's our upcoming events, folks. Looking forward to some good turnouts. Looking forward to play some more cards. It's nice to see everybody at the tables again. A low pair for Jared. See if he's going to stay in it. He folds. Patrick's still in it, still doing well. He was short stacked for a long time there. He's really fought back today. Jake back to being the bully at 1.5 million in chips.
Yeah, we could potentially see more of Jake coming from Valley City next week at Buffalo City Showdown.
Most definitely.
And then May 1st at the Valley City Eagle Eye Tournament. So if Jake takes home a win here, does well in potentially the next two tournaments, I mean, he could
get
be
up there on the leaderboards.
In the running on the leaderboards. If he wins any one of those three tournaments, he could be in the Tournament of Champions. And there's 3 World Series of Poker $1,500 packages to be awarded, again, to the Player of the Year, the Tournament of Champions winner, and the Player Appreciation Free Roll.
He stumbled on that one just a little bit.
Words get tough after the 12th hour of the day.
This is true. Gotta love the commentary from the table once in a while. All right. Patrick? Yes. Jared? They're at 15 in to call. Not sure what Jake's showing at this point, but he is big blind. He checks, so we're going to see a flop. Jack 10-5. Yeah, Jared's got jacks. He's going all in. Will Jake call? 335,000.
Folds, shows his hand.
There it goes. So again, chip leader, 1.5 million with Jake. Patrick Wingard coming in at 585. Jared Howard, of course, at 425.
All right, Jared's all in with the ace-5, Jake.
Jake considering calling in with ace-8 off.
Jake chirping Jared.
Yeah, no,
folds
he's
with
out.
the better hand.
Patrick,
Little does he
395
know.
to call, he's out as well. They're looking for specific cards at this point.
Certainly appreciate, I mean, poker can be a fairly boring. Is it a sport? Can you call it a sport? There's certain sport aspects to it. There's endurance. There's the mental acuity. It's definitely a sport.
Especially in larger tournaments and things like that, you got to be willing to put in the patience. You're going to be around for several days in the larger tournaments.
Yeah, so we can say these guys are sick athletes right now, making it this far into the tournament.
Jared Howard, pocket tens on the big blind. He's going to see. He's definitely going to call this from Jake. Yeah, he's all in. Jake's, he immediately dumps it. He knows he's outplayed.
Jake reverting back, maybe replaying his song by Khalees, I'm Bossy, but not so much. Trying to be. But there's probably a better song on his playlist he could play right now. Maybe some DJ Khaled, All I Do Is Win?
Yeah. I'm in the money. That's what he wants to be right now.
Or maybe some Kenny Rogers. You got to know when to hold him and fold him, you know? Patrick here sitting on pocket jacks.
We're definitely going to see some action between Jared and Patrick, I think, on this one. This could get interesting, and we could get down to two-handed here.
Just a call, Jake getting out of the way. Gonna let the two shorter stacks battle it out. Oh, he hits a jack on the flop.
Yes.
Jared moves
bad.
all in.
Jared
Patrick,
moves all Patrick.
no,
Instant call from Patrick. This
no
is
decision.
Not going to end well.
Oh my God.
Looks like Jared's gonna go out in third place.
Queen or
6.
7 picks up a straight draw.
Yep. Nope.
3, that'll do it. Great tournament for Jared, coming all the way
Absolutely.
from Fort Yates. He'll pick up a prize of $1,780.
That is fantastic. It's a good top prize for a nice Sunday afternoon for him.
Wow, and just before break, Patrick rivers the 3 and doubles up, and now he's looking at the final 2.
Yes.
Their chip counts off. Jared's still in it, but maybe by the skin of his teeth.
65,000, I believe they said he has. So he's still in it. That's good. He's definitely going to need some help, though. Remember, blinds are at 15K, 30K, with a 30K ante. So as soon as that big blind hits him, he's all in. So he can see one more set.
So we'll hold the phone. Jared is not out of the tournament yet. No crocodile tears from him. But perhaps...
Yeah, after seeing those 2 cards, he isn't going to be too happy. He needs something good at this point.
It seems like our 3 players are having a good time. They're a little bit of chatty Cathy's on the table, but they're just having fun out there.
Jake calls. A raise by Patrick. And a call from Jake, so we're going to see a flop. Patrick with 9s.
Oh, Patrick flops a set.
Yes. Trips for Patrick.
Nothing Jake's going to do here. Yeah.
Well, not nothing, but it doesn't look good at this point. He needs runner.
Jared feeling like a donation center right now, just giving away chips. But I understand why he's calling that, just to maybe see if Patrick's a liar.
Yeah.
So Jake and Patrick virtually tied, 1.3 and 1.2 million. Jared needs a miracle.
Yeah, he's going to be all in on this big blind pretty much.
Needs a miracle on the felt.
He's got $5,000 left, so he might as well, but we'll see. See what he does. He's going to raise, force Jared all in on this, and see what happens.
Yeah, there's no point in letting this go on any longer for Jared. Already good payday.
65, yep. So.
Seven 6 versus 9-5. Flop comes at 8 10-3 all diamonds. Jared picks up a flush draw. He's 13 outs.
13 outs.
River is
Yes, and he is down.
king of diamonds,
King of
but
diamonds.
Patrick had the better diamond, which eliminates Jared. We are two-handed. Jared takes home $1,780. Great tournament, Jared.
Absolutely. Congratulations to him.
Have a safe ride home to Fort Yates. We hope to see you on the DPT tour, which is redundant. The Dakota Poker Tour.
Yeah.
But we hope to see you either in Jamestown or perhaps out in Dickinson at
Yeah.
the Fat Fish, Fat Stacks tournament.
Such a great name. PHAT.
Beer on the table. Beer on the table.
Beer on the table.
Beer table. Not good.
Yeah.
All right, we are heads up, virtually tied with 1.2 million apiece. If you're a poker watcher, if you watch poker, this is kind of the ideal situation. Instead of having a monster stack and someone who's just short chipped, this is a true heads up battle. We see a all in, and it's virtually over. We could see a bit tighter of play. Knowing their chip stacks are even, we might see them duke it out over a flop, turn river. Might see the full thing, but who knows? Maybe they're tired.
Sometimes in these situations, all it's going to take is one of them to get a pocket pair and one of them to get a queen jack and decide they just want to be done.
Time to be all in. But when the prize jumps over $1,000 from second to third place,
you're still playing for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Double. Top prize $36.50 today. Second place is going to pay.
Yep. So flop comes at 7, jack 3, 2 hearts, 3 hearts now. Patrick picks up a flush draw. Has a fourth of the deck as outs, as Jake has just ace high, beating Patrick's queen high.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for Patrick to be in on this one.
River does become a queen.
It's that queen.
Bet 125. Patrick takes that down. River's a queen.
25.
Patrick
Takes a
with
chip lead.
Yeah, Patrick with a good advantage now.
Yep. That's the first time that Patrick's had the chip lead all day.
True. Not the first time Jake has lost the chip lead, but he has regained it. So it's in the cards, so to speak, that Jake will regain that chip lead.
Well, we're going to see a lot of back and forth at this point. Unless we just end up with a monster hand between the two of them.
Jake staring down at ace-9, Patrick 8-6. Probably just going to... he calls, hoping he'll just check. Maybe... No. Pretty much what you got to do. You cannot limp in. You can't just see a flop for cheap or for free.
Yep.
It's worth it to throw some more chips out there. See if the other person has kind of nothing they want to try.
Jake went through some frustrating moments earlier today, but he's still holding on.
Certainly want to thank all of our YouTube and Facebook viewers. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, and I guess hit the bell button, as they say.
Gotta hit that bell.
Ay. But that will notify you of when we go live, of new updates, new videos released, of tournament updates or new tournaments coming up.
Get to see all the promo videos that our wonderful production crew makes every week for us.
Yes, all two of us. Patrick raises to 95,000
With a queen 7 suited. All right, we're going to see a flop finally.
I'm not sure what Jake has, but that's okay. I like suspense. Flop
Yeah.
comes 5, 4, 8, 2 hearts.
So we've got a gut shot straight draw.
Jake
for
goes all
Patrick.
in.
Gut shot straight draw. He doesn't like that. So
Patrick folds.
Patrick's
Cut
going to dump
nothing.
it.
See, 3 deuce.
He
Cut
had an
a.
open ender.
Yep.
That would have been an interesting one. A gut shot straight versus an open ended straight. Jake looked a little perplexed there for a moment.
You know, being a one-day tournament.
Patrick playing his cards a little close to the vest. He's not telling Jake what he had.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, here
Oh
we go.
my gosh, this is it. This could
Hold,
be the end,
hold
folks.
the phone. Hold the phone.
Yeah, this is gonna.
And a call.
an
This could be
instant
it,
call.
folks.
Yeah, this is.
Can Jake stay alive?
Got 2
Catch
outs.
a 9. Flop comes 10. Ace queen for trip
Trip
queens.
queens for Patrick.
Securing
He's a
it.
runner. Yep.
And there we have it. Our winner of the Ante Up tournament at Crossroads Tavern, Patrick Wingard. With trip queens taking out Jake Rederath, who had caught him in pocket 9s.
We are going to do a chip count here just to make sure.
Yep.
Even if Jake happens to still be in this, he is not going to have much left to barely even cover a blind, I think. And there we go.
That
is
yep.
it.
Shake the hands. Good sportsmanship.
Congratulations
Oh,
to
baby.
Patrick Wingard on taking that down from Bismarck, North Dakota.
Wow. Congratulations to Patrick. Congratulations to Jake. Jake taking home $2,255. And Patrick Wingard taking down the Ante Up tournament, $3,650. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week at the Buff Bar in Jamestown. Have a good evening, folks. See you next time.
Later.